Religion is the opium of the masses, announced Karl Marx. So, it is natural for China, the leading communist state of the world, to ban religions, to torment religious people, and to completely manipulate religious scriptures to make them fall in line with the postulates of communism. But China hates religion and religious extremism only within its borders. In all other parts of the world, China is a huge fan of Islamist radicalism and extremism. In fact, it even facilitates Islamist violence. Hamas, Hezbollah, the Taliban, they all have the backing of China. But when it comes to the ETIM, oh boy, China will go to any extent to destroy it. Why? Because the ETIM wants to liberate Xinjiang from the clutches of the CCP. So, China is a hypocritical country which supports extremists as and when it suits its geopolitical agenda. Hi and welcome. This is TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Sanbir Ranhotra, and in this video I will tell you how China is empowering Islamists around the world. Let's begin. There is only one phrase that you can use to describe Chinese communism: hypocrisy with double standards. China is a hardcore communist nation and it hates religion. Beijing has tormented all religions, be it Tibetan Buddhists or Falun Gong practitioners. However, when it comes to tormenting religions, China hates the Uyghur Muslims the most and confines them in concentration camps in its Xinjiang province. So, China hates religion. There is no hypocrisy in Beijing's religion hate. But it is highly hypocritical that China funds Islamist extremist groups like the Taliban, Hezbollah, and probably even Hamas. Also, China uses Islamist regimes like Tehran and Islamabad to pursue its geopolitical goals in parts of the world. Late last month, the United States said it was imposing sanctions on Lebanon and Kuwait-based financial outfits that fund Lebanon-based Shiite militant group Hezbollah. The US also announced sanctions against financial facilitators who support Hezbollah and Iran. It is a routine matter for the US to find new links connecting Hezbollah to Lebanon, Iran, or Kuwait. However, there is a twist in the tale this time around. Among individuals targeted by the US Treasury is one Morteza Minai Hashemi, an Iranian businessman based in China. He had funneled money into Iran's Quds forces. Beijing, by the way, is even more deeply involved in this case. Two Chinese nationals had helped Hashemi establish bank accounts and served as straw owners for his companies. As per latest reports, the US Treasury Department has sanctioned several Chinese entities and individuals for financing Iran-related terrorist activities. The companies serving the Iranian businessmen were based in Chinese mainland and Hong Kong. A total of 7 Hong Kong-based companies have been reportedly targeted by the Treasury Department over Iranian and Hezbollah connections. China's Hezbollah connection may be a novel discovery of sorts, but a lot has already been said and written about Beijing's Taliban connection. The Chinese Communist Party is, in fact, a proud patron of the Taliban. The CCP has a specific goal to achieve by sponsoring the Taliban. It wants to protect its far western province of Xinjiang from any adverse action by the Afghanistan-based East Turkestan Islamic Movement or ETIM. So, this is the relation. China supports the Taliban, and it wants the Taliban to avoid speaking about Xinjiang, where the CCP has currently interned innumerable Uyghur Muslims in supposed concentration camps. Secondly, China wants the Taliban to rein in ETIM militants who want to free Xinjiang from China's clutches and establish an independent nation called East Turkestan. As a result of its geopolitical goals, China is openly supporting the Sunni extremist group based in Afghanistan. China's linkages with Islamist groups go as far as Hamas. Iran evidently backs Hamas, but not many know that Hamas and other anti-Israel militias usually rely upon the Chinese military arsenal in hostilities against the Israel Defense Forces. While Iran evidently backs Hamas, China too may have silently contributed to the ongoing Israel-Hamas hostilities. Palestine-China camaraderie is not new. Even in the Mao era, the paper dragon saw an opportunity in the Israel-Palestine conflict to advance its propaganda blitz against the Western world, but abandoned its campaign due to lack of success. In fact, during the latest Israel-Hamas military clashes, there were reports that pointed out how Hamas could have used made-in-China military hardware in the Israel-Gaza conflict. For China, supporting the Hamas or Hezbollah is a matter of geopolitics and strategy. China's rivalry with the US is escalating constantly, and at the same time, Beijing and Tehran are coming progressively closer to each other. For China, the choice is clear. It prefers Iran, a US foe, over Israel, who is a US ally. And when it comes to geopolitics and strategic goals, China doesn't have any moral codes or ethics to follow. It does whatever it takes to achieve its strategic goals, even if it involves use of Islamist radicalism and extremism.